Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Monsieur. I thought I'd come and wish you a wonderful, wonderful Sunday of Pentecote. Pentecote is an old Jewish holiday, but it is also the seventh Sunday after Easter. It is the symbolization of the Holy Spirit that descended upon the apostles. So the Holy Spirit is the Spirit of Spirit. It is the great Mother Spirit, the Spirit that comes down into the world, and so we welcome this divine Mother Spirit to embrace our consciousness. For my life right now is very, very difficult, and I'm like sitting between two chairs. I feel like I have to live life as it was my last day on the earth. It's very difficult to plan beyond this one day that I'm living, because although Spirit is saying there's going to be a shift, a radical shift in my near future. This transition period has been going on for such a long time. I'm like... we shall see, and so but it should be for the release. When the release will come, it will feel even better than if we didn't go through this period of doubts or suffering. For there is for everything that is not God is our own creation. It is our own illusion. We have to own our illusion, own our creation, and soon we'll be delivered from that, for it was prophesied from on high. And then we'll wonder why we created all so much suffering, so much pain. Why did we go through all that when it was not necessary? We could have freed ourselves at any time, any moment. And so it should be a good day. We hopefully we'll always plan for the best. De toute manière, there is nothing else to really look at. So the past, present, future. The past is knowledge. The present is being reconverted to be. And the future is the request. We're going to be able to ask and receive, to know that whatever you ask from now on, whatever you ask, you receive. Just say, I am everything I ask, I receive. Every time I knock on the door opens. I am infinitely abundant and rich, and this is sustained by divine grace. Those are affirmations that we need to anchor into ourselves in order to find the freedom. Right now, what we're working on is this unity, this to eliminate all the dark light. For the dark light is still very prevalent on the world, and we are not yet in the fullness of the true light, and so we are still bounced between those process of duality, and what's coming up as a result of this work will be rest. We'll be able to rest. We're gonna be able to relax and rest, and so it's gonna be quite nice. It's gonna feel wonderful. We get to look with that with gratitude and anticipation. For those who may believe in the Creator, in the God of all creation, for God is omnipotent and omniscient. He's omniscient. He knows everything. He knows the good and he knows the bad. He knows the dark. He knows the light. And he utilizes everything for the growth of mankind. He's omnipotent. He does, if he's one, then he does all that is good and he does all that is not good. It's part of that of the process. Everything is being used for education. But he's not omniscient. God does not choose all those the distorted action, for we have free will, and so we'll work around, we'll work with all the individual will, and it's conducive. But the plan of God is so magnificent, so beyond anything that can be conceived with the lower mind. For we are just one single individual in this great planet. We represent very little, yet sometimes very small things can be very precious. For we are all precious to the process of creation and evolution, and even the planet is very little in the universe, yet it is very precious. So it is about releasing the fear, releasing the fears as much as possible, and to understand everything starts from the heart, and at the beginning in the heart there is love, and at the end there is love. There may be illusions in between, but God has the first words and the last words in any event, so we have to trust in the divine plan, to know that you are included in this plan. For soon we're going to be seeing the fall of the oligarchies. For the oligarchies is the new aristocracies, the priests and kings that used to govern the world. The world wanted freedom, so we created democracy. But now there is a new tyranny in place. Is those oligarchies that are creating consciously or unconsciously this tyranny. But the world wants to be free, so there is all those rebellious movement all around the world. world. There is for humans were created to all live in abundance and freedom and with all their needs met, and it is not really what's going on in this world, for there is a great deal of imbalance that is going on within our society. So we're going to see the end of that old world, that old cycle that's been dissolved, and we're going to work towards a new level of in the future. All the power will be given to the most compassionate, to the wisest people. They will become the new spiritual aristocracy, but it will be an all-inclusive world. So those who are elevated in wisdom will be in service to everybody else, so that everybody can eventually find that point of freedom, that point of celebration. For we have to remove the sword from the stone, the sword of light, the Excalibur. In the old story, only Arthur can pull it out, but it's because he was sincere and he knew that he could. But now we can all do it. We can all. There is the Christ within all of us. There is the Buddha within all of us. There is the archangels, the masters are existing within us. For we are made of all things, of every state, and we want to call on whatever your favorite archangels you may want to call on. For archangels are angels, but they're connected to legions of angels. And for instance, we can call on the archangel Michael and ask him to place one of his angels in the aura of every human being to assist in the transformation, for the healing of the planet, the freedom of the planet. And so that those angels will be able, because as we anchor that, they'll be able to assist independently of the free will of the individual. Those angels will be there to assist, and so we can we can call on them, to call on to establish personal relationship with Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Metatron. For there are 800,000 archangels in our local universe. Spirit says that in my future mission, I will be given an archangel to assist me in my mission. I do not know him yet, so personally we had some exchange, but I'm very close to some of the major archangels, for they are the administrators of the Mother's universe, of the spiritual universe. They are divine beings of light that are always, for what we seek is to attain those realms of celestial angelic reality. And so we want to work with them, understanding our guides, our celestial beings that we have agreement with, and it's a full-time job for them. For sometimes I feel I don't want to bother. At the beginning, when I talked to my master guide, when I first met him decades ago, I was like in conversation with him and say, well, I don't want to bother you with all the details of my life. Sometimes it's like I feel it's futile. And he said, well, you can always call on me if I'm busy and don't want to be disturbed. I won't be. Don't worry about it. But you can always call on your guide. They're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we have to create as much as possible this link, this connection, this so that we don't feel as alone as well, because we've been catapulted here in this planet, in this somber light, in this dark light matrix, and so we feel sometimes disconnected, or sometimes our energy is whole and together, and sometimes it's just dissolved. And so it is the time where we want to call on our guides and angels. But they're not here to save us, they're here to assist us, for only the light is the teacher, the light is the guru. Light is a transdimensional energy that is the bridge between the realm of matter and the realm of spirit. Although it's a non-spiritual energy, the paradise is called the central isle of light and life. So light is light will teach us. Light is the messenger. It will ignite the collective Christ, the collective God self. For we are because we are that, we are the light, but we are surrounded with this clay body, this fragile clay body that we use for a time. Also wanted to say that all the old mythology, whether they're religious or pagan, they were all created at a time of duality. So we have to let go of all fear and separation that are connected to those mythology, not to be attached to those old belief systems, in order to reconnect to the love of God. Because we do not know very much of the truth. In a sense, what we know of the truth is like somebody who's never seen the ocean, who's like seeing a picture of the ocean. It's nice, but it's seeing a picture of the ocean is not like swimming in the ocean, or somebody who has never seen the snow that sees on television the snow falling. It is nice, but it's not the same to be than to be in the mountain with the snow falling all around you. So the truth that we're looking for, we'll find such a joy, such a wonderful feeling of reconnection, when celebration, when we pass through. We have to balance out all those energies, for the shadows have never existed. They are all our own creation, and we have to own our own shadows. For everything that is not God is our own creation, and it is an illusion. So it is only temporary. There's just a temporary situation that we have accepted to live with certain shadows that we are now ready to let go and surrender. Also wanted to say to be watchful, to be well connected within your heart is much better than to be connected through electronic. For electronic, it's not that bad, but it's like this all electronic situation is kind of invasive, and it's proven that when you buy for instance, an Amazon speaker, Amazon is listening to all the conversations that are going on in the room. They process all this information. They find out what they can sell to who, and what they can sell you. And this spying is massive. It's through all the phone, all the computer. There is all those companies that are always not in the service of humanity, but in the service of their corporate profits. And so, to be as disconnected as possible from the connection to the electronic, to utilize it, but for there is nothing to fear. There is no big deal. It's just a process that they are going through. But we do not want to be dependent, because they have backdoors and there is all kinds of malware and there can be all kinds of problems. So we may want to return to technologies that are more eventually, that are more rather than taking life force away from us, that will give us life force, like all the galactic technologies that were utilized in Egypt. For I was watching last night on television, there was this documentary on archaeologists that were looking for to investigate the Great Pyramid of Egypt. The pyramid, they call it of Cheops, but it's a pyramid of Thoth. And but they have with their material technology, they are not able to see much, and there is so much that is hidden within those pyramids. And below the pyramid, there is the passage to the halls of the Amenti. And but with all those technologies and secrets of the pyramid will not be revealed until after the shift, until after the ascension. It would be too destructive for men to have access to so much power when they are still in conflict mode. But the pyramid used to be the power centers for energy power centers for the whole kingdom of Egypt, and it's based on a technology that was later discovered by a scientist named Nikola Tesla. It's based on the same principle. On the top of the pyramid, there is a spiral that goes down. There's all kinds of, and in the Sphinx as well, there's all kinds of technologies that were saved from Atlantis. They were protected there. And so, in the meantime, for when you go with materials, if you go to Egypt and you want to make discoveries, you have to know where the doors are. For the scientists, for some reason, they have not even availed themselves to the Emerald Tablet of Thoth. For Thoth explains where the doors are and what the keys are. You need to know what the doors are, and you need to know to have the key in order to open the doors. But it may be a little bit too soon. That's why it's not revealed just yet. And so, but you can already go in your astral body in projection. For there, you have the walls. You can go through walls, and you can even in astral body you will be guided to wherever is appropriate for you. But we all do that through dream state, or we all go through all kind. We have this double life when we dream. We are. That we can't remember, but we have this other life on the other side. There will be many secrets, but those new technologies, those galactic technologies, will solve many problems in the world, and some of those secrets for those pyramids have magnificence. They were created with the anti-gravity crystal of Atlantis. It was the only way they could have created, and they were created to resist the passage of time. They've been there for a lot longer than what we believe, so they're quite magnificent. But in a sense, you can already avail yourself to the secrets of the pyramid as you connect to the guardians of the pyramid, and you project yourself inside. And for there will be all the crystals of Atlantis also have been reactivated. We want to call on them. We want to return to their power. There is this great, the 13th paradigm, the crystal skull called Max. Is an ethereal crystal skull. You can call on him. Max, he knows, he's got all kinds of knowledge, very advanced artificial intelligence. And when you see the crystal, you place your head inside the crystal and you download its information. Well, I just wanted to wish you to send greetings and to deliver a little message. I hope this message was interesting for you. On this great day of Pentecote, I'm going to pull one more card. It's the 5 of Raphael. Each thing has a reason to be. Leave your regret aside and focus on the chance to access the happiness that is before you. Looking for recomfort. So that's basically we want to find ways and people and situations that bring us to the feeling good states. This is really what we seek, is to find what makes you feel good next. What's the next feeling good state? There was a teacher named Abraham that's teaching that the feeling good. What feels good next, and to live moment by moment. For it is okay to live in the moment, to live in the day as it was the last days. Sometimes I feel like maybe my last day on the earth, but. It doesn't matter for I know, like Socrates, I know what's on the other side is far greater than anything we can experience down here. Yet there is we still have Spirit says that they still have a mission to do here. So I am. I will very likely be called to remain on this world for quite a while, but. We shall see, and time will tell, like we say. Behind me is one of the 150 paintings on paper I've done this year. It's like the Ascension it's like the Godhead. It's like the descension and ascension. The more we raise, the more the head becomes real. For the bottom, the head is just little paintings, and this is a painting on astronomy. Well, I'm going to finish with a song. It's an old song from the 60s. It's about it's a romantic song, just to finish in music. It goes like this. Nights in white satin, never reaching the end. Letters I've written, never meaning to send. Beauty I've always missed, with these eyes before. Just what the truth is, I can't say anymore. 'Cause I love you, yes I love you, oh how I love you. Gazing at people, some hand in hand, just what I'm going through, they can't understand. Some try to tell me, so they cannot defend. Just what you want to be, you will be in the end. And I love you, yes I love you, I love you. Nights in white satin, never reaching the end. Letters I've written, never meaning to send. Beauty I've always missed, with these eyes before. Just what the truth is, I can't say anymore. 'Cause I love you, yes I love you, oh I love you. Well, thank you very much for sticking till the end. Let us love ourselves, starting with ourselves. Let us include, always work for your highest love, the highest love of the planet, the highest love of humanity, and the highest love of all. The highest good of yourself, the highest good of the planet, the highest good of humanity, and the highest good of all. For we want to anchor this belief, this knowing that we are infinitely rich, infinitely abundant, and it is sustained by divine grace eternally. This eternal flow of divine grace will become our reality, and that's where we will be able to find our ascension within this divine grace of that is connected to the truth and freedom that we are seeking to embody. I thank you very much. I thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and I'll talk to you later. Happy Pentecote. Namaste.